And welcome, guys. My name is Luch. Thank you so much for joining us today on the first episode of the podcast. I'm going to be here with my two co-hosts, and we're going to start off with Jack. Why don't you give yourself an introduction, Jack?
Hey, guys. My name's Jack. Thanks for being here.
And then we have Josh.
I'm Josh.
Yay, Josh. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
That's what we don't pay you for, Josh, so you better show up on time next time.
Thank you. No, thank you. Anyways, welcome. Like Luch said, welcome and thank you for joining us to the very first episode of the Bonus Level Podcast. We really appreciate your time and thank you again for showing up and listening. And we hope you stick around. Just real quick, what you can expect from us. We plan on putting out a podcast every week. We plan on bringing you guys content and information from all sorts of topics, anything from games to movies, TV shows, music, to the paranormal, to the weird, to the spooky, to the freaky, right? we plan on uncovering a lot of topics and hopefully interacting with a lot of you for a long time from here on out. Josh, why don't you tell everybody why we decided to come together?
Yeah, so basically our idea with everything was a way for us to be able to connect and hang out and just basically shed all the woes of the week and cut loose with each other and have a little bit of fun, and to create a way that we can incorporate everybody else that feels like they need that kind of thing.
Yes. And you love listening to our misery. That's why you're listening to this podcast.
And hopefully if you are having a rough week, this is a place where you can come and hang out and, like Josh said, just kind of unwind and listen to some other people that are probably going through some of the very same things that you are, and just talk about your favorite topics and just kind of relax. That's what we're here for, and that's what we aim to do.
Damn straight.
Yeah. So that's kind of us in a nutshell. That's what you can expect from us. And like I said, going forward, hopefully you'll stick around. Hopefully it's something that you'll be very, very interested in. And, hopefully you'll be willing to interact with us, ask us questions, and get involved, because that's our game plan. Right?
Perfect.
Yes. Sounds good to me.
Perfect. See, now we're all in agreement. We're good. Everybody knows. Now you know what to expect.
Should have talked about this before, though.
Wait, we should have talked about what? You didn't know what to expect?
I didn't. You just found me off the street, brought me into the recording studio. I mean, Jesus.
This guy, he has no prior experience. So anyway, so now that you know, now you've already decided, and if you've already decided to leave, then you're not even here, so you're not even listening. But if you have stuck around, then thank you, and you know what to expect going forward. So
now you can never leave.
And it just so happens that we are right around the corner from Halloween, my very favorite holiday. My very favorite month is October. And luckily I live in a place now where it's very, very warm. It's still like summer here, so I don't have to worry about the cold, and I can still enjoy all of the spooky things. And that actually is perfect timing for me, because every year I do something that I call the 31 Days of Horror. And so we're going to chat about that for just a little bit here. And what that is a list of my favorite horror movies for the year. And the list changes every year, but I actually count up from the 1st to the 31st, from like the 31st worst per se to the first best horror movie. And I watch a different movie every day, and I go through that the whole month of October. So what you guys, obviously you can't see it right now because you're listening, but if you go to any one of our social media pages, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you'll be able to see the list, and we'll be tweeting about it and kind of, putting it out there every single day of what movie we're on. I'm on. I don't know if these guys plan on even participating, but that's something that we are going to discuss a little bit right now, because these guys have the list as well. And then I came up with the list. I had a little bit of help. Luch, you helped me with some of these suggestions. And like I said, it changes every week. So, for instance, on 10/1 on Monday, the first movie is Scream. So that's my 31st. It's a classic, right? It's my 31st worst. You've never seen Scream? Okay. Well, this is off to a great start.
And you had a tough time deciding whether you're going to put Scream in there too.
I did. I ended up deciding to go with it for its sheer classicness, not for obviously its horror value.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like the fact I've seen so much about it. Like, you see the mask everywhere. The characters that are in it. It was parodied a million times that I feel like I've seen the movie, but I don't think I've actually ever sat down and watched it from start to finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you even American? Like, I mean, Jesus. It's like saying that you haven't seen like Titanic. Don't even.
I haven't seen Titanic either.
Okay.
Why are we friends with this guy, Jack?
I don't know. Well, you know how we said about revealing our identities too fast? Well, Josh, I mean, I feel like everybody now knows what kind of person you are. You've never seen
exactly.
The Mask, and
if you've never seen Titanic, then you and I will get along great.
So you guys looking at the list, I'm talking to you two, Josh and Luch.
Yeah.
You looking at the list, does anything stick out as like shouldn't be on there, or movies that you're like, oh my God, I'm happy you put it.
I have a lot of notes about this.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear them.
Yeah. So of course, one of my first ones on 10/10, you're watching 28 Days Later. That one has got to be in maybe my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Not even horror. Damn.
He's only seen 5 movies. So.
I'm telling you that scene at the very beginning of the movie when he's crossing the bridge and all of London's abandoned, and the composer kills it with that soundtrack. That scene right there is ingrained in my skull. It made that movie for me. It was so incredibly perfect.
What do you think about the zombies in that movie? They're very they're different from other zombies in other movies, right?
They were
not zombies.
Really
got to be politically correct. They were infected.
Yeah. Definitely really intense. I remember when I first saw it that one definitely freaked me out a lot more than many of the other zombie movies that I saw where I felt like you could just kind of push them over. That one was one where you're like, no, you better freaking run.
Right. Yeah, when you see it, you know, a group of them sprinting at you, then it's a little different than
rotting,
The Walking Dead type.
Like walking zombies that are very slow and, you know, blind, only, you know, are affected by sound. Those things I feel like, you know, we can handle. But when everybody's suffering from some kind of disease that makes them insane and chasing you.
Like it's like rabies, right? Like it's really close to what rabies
or something like that.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Well,
no, it was like that weird like crow thing, and it like bled into the person's eye, and then it became insane.
Yeah, but it started off with the PETA people trying to free the chimps from the cage, and the guy's like, you can't free them, they've been infected, and they're like, we gotta save the animals. And then ruin the world. But no, I mean, because that's the thing, like with these kind of infected or zombies, whatever you want to classify them as, like when people today talk about, you know, I can't wait for the zombie apocalypse, or if it ever happens, it'll be really cool. They're not imagining these things.
No, they're not.
They're imagining the Walking Dead type situation. These kind of things, hell no.
100%. No, I completely agree. Lucha, what's sticking out for you?
One thing I got to be mad at you about is I can't believe that you placed As Above, So Below so top on your list, like the third.
Yeah. The third. So I do have an explanation. Okay, so just if you'd let me explain. So how I know I did say that it's like 31st towards the first, right? A few of these movies placed throughout the list are placed strategically. For instance, on the 13th, for those of you listening, you can imagine what movie I'm watching on the 13th, right? Friday the 13th. It's bingo. You have to, right? So that doesn't actually mean that that's where that movie belongs in like the order. And then 31st is Halloween. I'm watching Halloween, right? Like that you have to. So that one is not my number one horror movie, of course. Friday the 13th shouldn't be on the 13th as far as like the list goes. It's not like, 8 movies in. And As Above, So Below, the only reason it's 3 days in is because I like it so much that I don't want to wait all month to watch it.
Okay. All right. I can forgive you.
So that's my explanation for that one. That's the only one in like those first even Jaws, right? Jaws is on the 4th. I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. I have I have the Jaws movie poster in my theater room. It's one of my favorite movies, but it's not, it's one of those, it's like, it's only good because it's a classic, right? It's just a classic horror film. It doesn't scare me. It's not something that's going to be like, that's going to freak me out. So that's pretty high up there, even though it is a really good classic movie. So again, while this is a 31-1 list, it's not completely, it doesn't follow the rules every time.
Yeah. So I like it. And then I noticed on the 27th, 28th, and 29th, when I will be in town. You have A Quiet Place, which I have not seen yet, but I've heard great things about.
Amazing movie.
They were not aliens.
Which I'm a huge
they
fan
are mole
of.
people. For anyone who thinks those are aliens, they're not aliens.
And,
don't spoil it. He hasn't seen it.
And Cabin in the Woods, one of my all-time favorite horror movies, because that one I felt like broke the mold in such a good freaking
that one is one of the ones that is placed very close to accurately in my top because it is excellent. And so that one's on 10/29. You actually won't be here for that one. You're here the 26th, the 27th, and 28th.
Man, well, it's all right. I'll watch that one. And
so one I did want to ask you about, because I'm almost familiar with all of the movies on this list except for House of a Thousand Corpses.
You've never seen House of a Thousand Corpses?
I have not seen it. Wow. I've never even heard of it. I'm not even joking. Right?
Have you ever heard of Rob Zombie?
Of course I've heard of Rob Zombie, but I've never heard of that movie.
So have you heard of The Devil's Rejects?
No, I've not.
Wow, Luch, you were giving Josh crap about not seeing Titanic. I mean, Rob Zombie, The House of a Thousand Corpses was his one of his first. I don't know. Don't quote me on this because I'm not sure if it was his first. It was his first breakthrough horror film, I believe. It's the one that like caught on because he's just so out there. I mean, and it is just it's a brutal movie.
So is it just like more gore instead of horror, or like?
It's both. It's just crazy. Like there's insane people. There's gore. It's a very, very it's a disturbing movie. Actually, it's probably one of the best words to describe it. It's disturbing.
Yep.
So there's 31 different movies. Every single one, in my opinion, is on there. Obviously, I made the list, and although I did get help, every single one of them is on there for a reason. Either I really like it, or it's very, very disturbing. It's a good horror movie, and I'm just excited to watch it. So for those of you listening, you can, like I said, you can check out one of our social media sites. It's going to be Bonus Level Podcast across all social media sites, spelled maybe a little differently depending on the length of characters that we were able to use. But if you search it, you'll find it. And also there'll be links in every place that you can listen to this. So you'll be able to find it. You'll see the list. If you want to follow along, that would be awesome. You can tell us about it. You can tell us how bad the list is. You can tell me, I guess, since I'm the one that made it. But yeah, hopefully it's something that you guys will enjoy, and will think it's pretty cool. Like I said, I do it every single year, and I'm super excited to do it again this year because Halloween and Spooky Month is my thing.
And you can expect one next year because he never shuts up about it.
I don't shut up about it. Actually, for all of October, leading up to, I have a Halloween party every year. Everything. Halloween is that's just my thing.
Like, it's so bad to where he shirks his work's responsibility to come visit me on my work to tell me about his list and how amazing his list is.
That's true. It is true. It is 100% true.
His head glistens every time he talks about it.
Also facts. And then segueing from that, so for those of you that want to follow along, awesome. Tell me about it. But segueing along from that, what are you guys being for Halloween?
Both me and my wife, we are big fans of Bethesda and their video games. And we will be going as a Vault Boy and a Vault Girl from the game Fallout. And it's something we've been wanting to do for a while, but we didn't want like the rinky-dink costumes from like Walmart. We wanted the really good ones. So
you want to do it. You want to do it up.
You got to get, the whole Pit Boy and everything. I mean, and then we have a cat. Yeah. And then we're going to make it cat meat instead of dog meat.
Nice.
Except she's a pampered fat ass of a cat, but
I like it. You got to go big or go home. And just another fun fact about my Halloween party: it's costume only. You have to have a costume in. That's the only way you get in. I literally will not let you in.
And you have to bring alcohol.
That is also true. Speaking of that, actually, you reminded me. We completely forgot one of the expectations. If you've made it this far into the podcast and you're still listening, then awesome, because that means that you may want to stick around for the next episode and the episode after that. And what you can actually expect is a little tidbit every single week, personalized from each one of us. So, Josh, why don't you tell them about yours?
Yes. What was I doing again?
Yeah, Artist of the Week.
Yes, Artist of the Week. Band.
He's looking at his hand right now. He's got it written down in Sharpie on his palm.
It's smudge. It's smudge. He's like, oh shit, what did that
I was looking at costumes on Party City.
card of the week?
No. So, yes. So.
All right.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
All
Here we go. I generally will become obsessed with a band, a song, something, another. I'll hear it and then it will be on repeat and repeat and repeat until it just burns out. So I want to involve everybody in that, and I will be recommending a artist, sometimes just a song from that artist, but we may branch out from there. But definitely an artist of the week.
Perfect. So an artist of the week you can expect every week from Josh, and eventually we'll have enough production value that like we'll have a little jingle when it's time for artist of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But now artist of the week, and then you can do it. It just will probably sound just like that too, actually, but only like real.
It'll actually just be his voice
instead of me.
We will only accept his voice.
Yeah, and then from Luch, we haven't nailed yours down, right? Because it's a little bit more broad.
Again, my main thing is I'm super passionate about video games. It's where my career's headed, and I want to be able to give you guys, some recommendations. However, I do know, AAA games, can be quite expensive, and I don't expect everybody to get one once a week. However, I'll do my best to maybe come up with a good free game that's available on Steam, Xbox One, or the PS or the PlayStation market that you guys might be able to enjoy if you're bored and maybe need something to do on the side. Because I love just finding those little niche games that look stupid and people just pass over, but then can be quite a treasure, and you might always keep it in your library. But it'll be something that I'll have to put a little bit more research into. So hopefully a couple episodes in, we'll have the first segment in that. And then like Jack, that. I believe your specialty, seeing as you're a raging alcoholic, you're going to be.
Wow. That's wow. Thank you.
That's not
true. Mom, not true. Sorry
but
about that.
I believe you have a fascination of beers and have shown me quite a couple I have found both wonderful and disgusting. But I believe your segment has to do with.
Wait a minute.
That chocolate one you told me about.
Yeah. So you're gonna.
No, that was super.
You didn't like it?
The stout.
Okay.
I don't care what it like. It was gross.
I mean, I'm just saying. I didn't really recommend it to you. I recommended it to him. And
I feel like you would know my taste more, though. Anyways. I felt it was directed to me.
Now I do. No. It was definitely directed towards him. He was the one that asked about it. Anyway, so for those of you that are still wondering, you haven't figured it out, every week I'll be giving you a different beer that you should be able to try. And hopefully I won't be using something that's too local to me that you can actually find. I'm going to try to stick broad enough where you should be able to find these in most nationwide breweries or distributors kind of thing, where you can go to your local, beer and wine place and find it in the refrigerator, which, again, I'll try to do that as best as I possibly can. Some of the beers here in the state are more local than others. So, we'll just kind of go from there. So sometimes you might not be able to enjoy it, but we will.
And we will, we should have some available for all three of us during the time, so you can get a wide spectrum of reviews. So it's not just, Jack's awful taste, but it's just like,
correct.
Oh my God, guys, this beer is super good.
This is amazing.
And me and Josh are over here, coughing our brains up because.
Yeah. So every single week I'm going to recommend a beer. We're going to try it. We'll be like, oh, this episode is sponsored by, for instance, one of my favorite local breweries is Big Storm Brewery. So Big Storm, and then they have this specific, type, and that's what's going to be this
sponsorship
beer of this week.
I don't know if you can get in subtle saying.
No, of course not.
But it would be like we're enjoying this.
Yes.
This
is the one for this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what you can expect from me. And so that's actually that little segue. I'm glad that you reminded me, Josh, because I would have completely forgot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. And then we're going to swing all the way back around to Halloween, right, real quick, because we were talking about costumes, right? So Luch, I'm super excited if you decide to do that. I'm excited to see that. Josh, why don't you give us your idea?
Oh, I'm still searching. I have no idea what well, it's like I pulled up costumes and holy crap, everything is so expensive. Like, what happened to the days of like the $20 costumes?
You got to make it.
No,
you got to make it
yourself.
yourself.
Josh to make it himself. In all honesty,
why don't you tell everybody what you were last year?
Pikachu.
Oh my God. Was it like a super like metal Pikachu?
The good one.
Is it like a zombie Pikachu or something?
It was
No, he went cheap last year.
adorable Pikachu. And then, God, I don't remember. What was the year before? The year before that, was that I think it did the Mad Max War
Yes.
Boy. Yeah, that one was fun. I
Yes,
really liked
that
that
was
one.
awesome.
And that's the thing that sucks is like that one was a really freaking cool idea, but I've already done it, so I can't pull it back out again.
Yeah,
Like,
agreed.
yeah. I have an idea this year.
So what's your idea for this one? What's your one
I really
idea?
want to be Skeletor
Oh my god.
from He-Man.
That would be pretty legit.
Nice.
But that costume
It's
sounds expensive
such-
and incredibly difficult to make.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I-
think
you know what?
could
Just
pull it
go
off
as
pretty
He-Man.
cheap.
You know, just a couple leather straps, some fur, and you can buy the sword at, like Target, so you're all set, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You already got the hair
Oh,
for it.
man,
You
I
do have
like
to
it.
shave the beard though. Can you handle that though? He-Man doesn't have a beard.
I will never.
No, he's not shaving that. All right, and then I have two ideas right now. They may not be final. One of them might not even happen. But so my first idea is Daredevil before he gets his costume. If either of you have seen the Netflix show, I'm
Mm.
assuming a lot of
Jack,
people
you have
listening
some
would have seen
spicy
it.
red, spandex. It's pretty spicy.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but that's a little bit too much. I'm gonna
Remember,
go
this show has to be rated for, so none of that.
So the before his red costume, he has like his own, right? He's wearing like the long sleeve black undershirt with the pants, and then this
Mhm.
t-shirt over his head. And then I plan on doing it after he does the hallway fight scene, and it gets all cut up and bloody and stuff. So that would be the first idea. And my second idea, which is a lot easier to do and would be a little funnier, would be 11 from Stranger Things. Hospital gown.
Yeah.
All right. Hospital gown with the pull up socks and a Converse, and then
And he
bloody
will have
nose.
to shave his.
I already have
majestic
I already have the
goatee.
fuzzy hair. Yeah, of course I have to shave my face, but I already have the hair, the head for it, and all I need is a hospital gown. I can not wear anything under it. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. I like it. I think it'll work.
All right, so there you go.
I mean,
What do you think about
the Stranger Things 11 one, I would love to see just because it would be super hilarious seeing you as that. It would kind of remind me of like an infant baby that was just born, but then in 2 minutes he grew into a full-size human type thing. I don't know why I'm just picturing that in my head, but the Daredevil one sounds cool. That sounds more like a cooler one to do, but the Stranger Things 11 would definitely be quite the sight to see.
Josh, the picture of the He-Man or the Skeletor costume
It
is
is.
amazing.
I think if I would do that, but I would paint my face as a skeleton instead of that goofy ass
Yeah.
mask.
For those of you that can't see, it is like a Party City.
Google
looking-
Skeletor costume. I think it's the first thing
Skeletor.
that pops up in images.
I hate myself for
It's
not
amazing.
remembering his name, but Josh, from what I know about what you look like, the guy from Game of Thrones, the wild guy with I forget the actor's name, but no,
Khal
the
Drogo? You
wild
talking
one,
about
the one
Jason
with the two
Momoa?
axes.
Yeah, no. Jason
Yeah,
Momoa.
yes,
Oh, Torbjorn.
whatever is.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not Torbjorn. Wait, what? Jason
No,
Momoa
not
is
Khal Drogo.
Yes.
The one from
That's
the
exactly
north.
who I
I
look
forget what
like.
his name is.
She's talking about
The one that goes for Brienne of
uh,
Tarth. I can't remember what his name is, and he's my favorite, and I can't remember.
What
his
is
name.
his name? I keep wanting to
You
say
mean
Torbjorn.
Tormund
but
with
that's the
the
Overwatch
Yes.
character.
I could
Tormund,
see. Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
do it, please.
No, because we
His-
need to have a
his
side by
impression
side
right
of me and him right now. Like, I would kill to look like that. There is no amount of costume and makeup that would help me achieve that beautiful, majestic man.
I know. Facts. Unfortunate facts.
There are few men with such godly
Man.
features.
That's like me. That's like me. I really want to be Kratos, right? But it's just like I can't. I can't do it. I'd have to work out for like 6 weeks, 6
I'm
months
trying
straight.
to picture you as Kratos right now. You just tattoo your whole body. But you just go. You
No, I just paint. I paint my. I
You
paint
can
my
do
body,
it.
right? I already
Kratos,
have
yeah.
the goatee.
how do you,
Yeah,
how do you
you
lose
just
so
need to
much weight,
paint.
Kratos? Oh man, it's been a pretty awful couple of years, guys. I've really let myself go. You just be like a Kratos on the downslope.
Just like I'm Kratos. I'm Kratos that hasn't eaten for 3 years.
I think you could
And
pull it
worked
off
out.
really,
I
really
haven't picked
good
up a
because
battle axe.
you're like a lean Kratos.
But you have to,
yeah.
if you do play Kratos, you have to, when you get it like his outfit on, you have to make it larger so it looks like your muscles actually shrunk. So then everything
shrank. Like I used to be buff, but now I'm not.
That would be pretty good.
That's good.
Yes.
And then we just got to dunk your body and half your body.
That second. Yeah, white and red. That second picture of Skeletor, please God, no. Do not.
I know. I can't wait till we're popular enough and can get shit on YouTube. And we can,
so we can throw this up on the screen. Oh my gosh. The first one is amazing. The second one looks like a cross between Robin Hood and like the guy from McDonald's. What's his name? Grimace.
The hamburger.
Yeah.
But like it's purple. So it's pretty bad.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. That right there, my friends, is a perfect place to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I like where we got with the Halloween. Hopefully everybody's just as excited for Halloween as I am. Maybe not, because I'm pretty over the top with it. But if do you want to say anything?
I'm just looking forward to all of our episodes, and I hope you guys stick around and listen to what more we have, because I'm sure you'll have a great time, have a few more laughs. We definitely have a lot more to talk about because neither one of us know how to ever shut up. So it's pretty much hard to contain it all week and put into a short hour episode for you guys. But I had a great time. I look forward to doing this with the both of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Josh, you have anything?
I think you took up most of my time, so I'll just tell everybody next week.
Wait, what's your tagline? Tell everybody your tagline.
What was it?
You came up with it yourself.
Come on, man. You have one job.
Hi, I'm Josh. I only play Horde, and I like to party.
He likes to party. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you're still sticking around, hopefully we'll see you next week or at the next episode, whenever that might be. We look forward, like Luch said, we look forward to chatting with you every week. We have a lot more to talk about. So
have a good night, guys. It was a blast.
See you next time.
Later, taters.
What?